Today I'm setting myself a bit of a handstand push-up challenge. I'm going to go from the easiest variation all the way through to the hardest variation that I can do. So I'm going to go from a pike handstand push-up all the way through to a dead press. There's about 16 or 17 different variations. I'm just going to do one good rep of each one, and I'm going to see how quickly I can go through it. I'm not going to cut this video or edit this video in any way. Now you could use this as a bit of a training guide to give you the stepping stones to make the handstand push-ups slowly harder and harder. Or if you can do them all, see how fast you can do it and let me know down in the comments your time. So let's start off with just the pike handstand push-up. So starting from a down dog position, I'm going to have open shoulders. I'm going to protract around forwards. I'm going to come down, kiss the head to the floor, come back out, open the shoulders back again. Next is the elevated pike handstand push-up. So exactly the same as that last one, but now elevated with feet up on a box. Same thing, open and closing the shoulders. We then have wall eccentric handstand push-up. So make sure if you're doing this inside, you've got your socks on so you don't damage the wall. So there, I'm just going to slowly come down with control. So these eccentrics is all about control on the way down till my head just touches. And then I'm going to exit out, which is probably probably the hardest thing is the exit and the entry for those wall ones, especially if you're confined and have a Christmas tree. Harder again is the eccentric version with a deficit, so I'm going to use the IKEA steps. They just allow me to go all the way down and get my collarbone to touch the box. So I could do it on P-bars. I just want to come down to that end range position. So exactly the same as the last one. Getting up is the tricky bit. Good job I'm not too tall. So there, slow, controlled, eccentric on the way down. Elbows in and back, chest open, hands are externally rotated slightly. And finish there, show control. Exit out without taking the Christmas tree out. Start to warm up now. Okay, next one we have is the freestanding eccentric. So exactly the same as that start one, but I'm going to start on a freestanding handstand, slowly lower till the head touches, show control, all the way down and at the top and the bottom. So showing control at the top, slowly coming down till the head touches, show control, come back out. Same again, but this time on the deficit. Now obviously if your freestanding isn't strong enough to do eccentrics, especially raised up, you just have to stick with the wall versions. Okay, same again. Show control at the top. It's a nice home position. Slowly coming down, shoulders come forwards, elbows goes back. Aiming to show control all the way to the bottom. And again, control there. In that shoulders down position, and come back out. Starting to feel it now. Okay, so next one. We have the partial range. So partial range just means we're going to visit a certain part of it. We're going to do the concentric and the eccentric. So I'm going to start in different positions. So first one is going to be the crow up. So just from your crow position. Now the range of motion with this one will vary a little bit depending on how close you take your head and your shoulders to the floor. You can use a little bit of momentum with this one as well. So this is the concentric up and the eccentric down. So I'm going to start with the concentric. So there, push out, show control in the handstand, lower back, finish in that crow position. So it's it's partial range because I'm only going the distance from the crow to handstand and the handstand back down to crow. Now, partial range to a target. Now, obviously I could change the target to change how challenging this is. Let's pick something in halfway. What have we got, Rosie? Okay, let's pick this Puzzle. So halfway position. Again, I'm going to kick to freestand handstand and touch and come back again. Now I could do that freestanding, or you could do it up against the wall. I'm going to do both. So exactly the same setup. Show control, good position at the top, slowly down, kiss, come back up. If you needed to there, you can walk your feet up the wall. So that's the partial range. Let's give it a puzzle. Okay, now we have full range of motion. So full range to start, I'm going to do it on the wall to my head touching the floor. So exactly the same, kiss the head to the floor, back up again. So nice open shoulder position, show control on the way down, kiss the head, back up again, open the shoulders, come back out. I'm now going to do the same freestanding. Whew. It's obviously much harder because I'm talking through this as well. As I get to the harder variations, I'll probably talk before them, so it gives me a bit of a rest and it's not so hard. So kick to freestanding. So this is the goal for most people when they start their work towards a handstand push-up, is to just get a clean touch of the floor with the forehead back up to your start position. So wherever you normally have your home position for your handstand. Okay, come back out. Then we do the same deficit, both against the wall and freestanding. Whew. Okay, stuff's getting hard now. So much harder because I've got that window there. So down, touch, and back up. That made me work. Okay, same freestanding, which I think for me, because of the effort getting in and out, is actually a little bit easier to do it freestanding than away from the wall. I need to think about my rest periods now. I don't want to fail one, because if I have to fail one, I'm going to have to repeat it, and I'm going to waste the energy. Okay. So freestanding deficit, looking the collarbone to touch the box at the bottom. So there. Ooh. Yep, they're getting harder in a row. Show control at the top, come back out. Okay, so then we've reached the point now where we've hit the standard handstand push-up. So most people will be going for that either freestanding or against the wall, either to the head to touch or to go to a deficit, so collarbone, chest touches the box or the target, and then back up again. So it's the same range you would go through on like a military press or overhead dumbbell barbell press. Okay, now with the next level, I'm going to go to 90-degree handstand push-ups. I'm not going to do these elevated. I could do them elevated, which makes it slightly easier. I'm just going to go straight into concentric 90-degree on the floor to start with. I'm going to keep the body straight as well. I could go into straddles, but I'm going to keep them simple. I'm just going to go to a straight body eccentric, a straight body eccentric to a concentric, and then I'm going to have a go at a dead press. Don't expect it to be too pretty at the end. So first, eccentric. So same as before, show control at the top. Now with this one, I've gone a little bit wider with the hands and externally rotated, just to make sure as I come down, I can take the shoulders nice and far forwards to laying down to that position. Ooh. So this is going to be tricky now, how much rest I need before I hit that concentric on the way back up on that 90-degree. So 2 more left. Interesting to see if I can get them in one go. Definitely not going to be talking on these two during the handstand. So with the 90 degree, I'm going to try and kiss my toes to the floor with the straightest body I can. Okay, let's do it this way around. You can't see her, but Rosie's laying down here fast asleep, not even bothering to look. Okay. Make sure I show control at the top. And come back out. Okay, one more to go. So now it's the dead press. Now my dead press, even when I'm resting and doing good warm-ups and getting everything ready, is not the perfect, nice straight body position that I'd like it. I sort of peel myself up a little bit fast to go into it as well. But I'm going to get the best I can now and then set this as a little bit of a challenge, and then I can revisit it. With all the planche work I've been doing, this is starting to feel a little bit more available. So it used to be that I'd maybe get 1 or 2 in a session, but now if I just do a dead press session, I can normally get about 10 to 15 in a session. I think I feel better doing it this way for some strange reason. Okay, let's see if we can get it and we can stop the timer. So dead press is seen as finishing a hair, but I am going to do the eccentric, because why not? Oh. Okay, I'm going to stop the timer there. It will come up on the screen. I've got no idea how long that was because I started recording earlier. But that's a nice good workout. Obviously that's only a push. You could do the same and you could add the pulling movement, so I do some sort of chin-up variation with it. With most of the handstand push-up work, I'm externally rotating. I'm turning my hands out a little bit more than I normally would for a handstand. I have the hands a little bit wider, especially when I compare to when I'm doing a balance session or something like one arm, so I tend to have my hands much closer. So I've got the hands turned out. I've got tutorials on most of those movements, but let me know down in the comments if you have any particular questions on the handstand push-up variations. That's a good, quick, fun session, and I will speak to you next time. Thumbs up and subscribe would be appreciated. Thanks, guys.